So I watched this movie when it came out, like, a few years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago or whatever. And, like, I liked it. I remember distinctly not loving it. I remember, like, I was sick when I watched it, as I was when I watched a lot of movies when I was younger. And I was just like, eh. And so I watched it yesterday. I was just sitting there and I was like, eh. The BFG was released in 2016. It was written by Melissa Matheson and directed by Steven Spielberg. We are almost done. We have one more Spielberg film after this, and then we have watched every single Steven Spielberg movie ever made. That's crazy. But this one, the basic idea, no spoilers, is it is set in a world where giants exist in giant country. And every night, this one really friendly giant goes out and gives children good dreams, but this one child has insomnia, and so she's like, I see you, and he's like, he takes her to giant land where I guess he kidnaps her. He's a big friendly giant, that's the whole point, purpose of the movie, but he kidnaps this child. He just takes her. And I thought that was a direct, like, problem with the movie. I'm just like, you can't do that if you're trying to make him feel like a good person, and then you snatch her from her bed. You can't do that. That immediately brought it down for me. I was like, whatever. And then she's learning that, like, the other giants like to eat children, which is obviously a problem. So they come with a plan to go to the Queen of England and tell her that giants exist so that she can, like, kill the giants. It's really strange. And, like, I will say that I've read the book by Roald Dahl. I grew up reading all of his books. I love all his books. And that is how it ends in the book, pretty much. Like, it is very similar in terms of the plot. But, like, in the book, it makes sense because it's dumb. Like, it's a children's book. It's dumb. But, like, for a movie, they couldn't have come up with anything more interesting than that. Like, a faithful adaptation is not worth it if the faithful adaptation is bad. And, like, while I don't think this movie is bad, the ending is just horrendous. It's, like, an hour of just like, the queen, we must kill the giants, and it's like, what? Why? Like, I don't like, it's just, I don't really get it. The CGI is really, really good, as well as the performances by Mark Rylance in particular as the BFG. I imagine it was motion capture. I could be wrong. It might just be completely digital, but I think it's motion capture. And Ruby Barnhill as Sophie was pretty good too. The performances are good and they help with the story, but it's still not like revolutionary. Like Mark Rylance in the previous film I watched him in, which was Bridge of Spies, is incredible. He's like one of my favorite performances of all time. And I can't believe that this is the same guy. The CGI is good, but it doesn't help the story a whole lot because at times I just kind of wish the whole thing was animated. Like The Lion King. Like, I wish that, like, it was like The Lion King, where everything is just digital and it looks real. Because, like, the BFG looked real, but then sometimes it would make other things look fake or hyper-real, and that wasn't good for it. That's for sure. I don't even know how to discuss this without just saying it's kind of a mess, but an enjoyable mess. Like, it's not, like, the worst movie in the world. It's just kind of enjoyable. I couldn't watch this thing more than once, I think. After this, I think I'm done with the BFG. I don't see a reason to watch it again. It's just kind of meh, which is really unfortunate coming from Mr. Spielberg. Because I loved Bridge of Spies. His last movie, I think, is my favorite Spielberg movie so far. But I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of fine. I'm going to go ahead and give the BFG a B-. If you guys seen the BFG, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about it. I think this is going to be a good discussion in the comments. Just because, like, I know some people really like this movie, and some people really hate it. And I'm, like, kind of in the middle. Like, I think it's just a fine movie. I don't think it's particularly fantastic. I don't think it's, like, hot garbage. It's just, like, anyone could have made that film, and it feels weird that they chose Spielberg. That's, like, I think it's my main critique to it. Is, like, it's not a Spielberg film. It's just a regular movie. I don't know. I don't really get it, but please consider subscribing if you're not already. That helps me out a whole lot. I would truly, truly appreciate it. And go support me and Nate's podcast at Nathan Robert STS on Apple Podcast and on Spotify. If you want to go subscribe to that, that'd be great. I'd truly appreciate it. And as always, keep watching movies and television. Stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.